Hey folks, Ira here. I hope you've had a great Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in for the Earthquake Report. Today is May the 11th, 2016. It was on this day in 1962 when a 7.0 struck Mexico. 4 persons were killed and many injured. Extensive property damage in south central Mexico was experienced. Also, a tsunami with a maximum amplitude of 2.8 feet was reported at Acapulco. Today is known as Eat What You Want, National Receptionist, School Nurses, and Twilight Zone Day. Oh yeah. Alright, Earthquake Report time, here we go. As of 6:06 p.m. Eastern Time, we have clocked in an impressive 222 earthquakes. This brings our weekly total to 1,353 and our monthly total to 2,897. As it stands, we are on track to meet the number of earthquakes we experienced this time last year. A year ago today, we clocked in 267. The strongest to strike the planet then was a 5.3 that hit the mid-Indian Ridge. For those wondering, the Indian Ridge is a divergent tectonic plate boundary between the African and the Indo-Australian plates, traversing the western regions of the Indian Ocean. The northern section of the Central Indian Ridge is also called the Carlsberg Ridge. So, for the past several days, we have seen an increase in swarm activity as opposed to experiencing more intense earthquakes. Today continues with this trend for the most part, with the exception of a 5.5 that struck China this morning. This was a shallow earthquake, which had a depth of only 7 miles, that has caused damage, injuries, and the loss of life, unfortunately. The epicenter is located in Kata Town, the site of 2 major Buddhist temples. Samba, chief of Kata Town, said that he was aware of casualties also in surrounding villages. He stated that he had seen 2 people injured while making his way down to the village. Roads leading to Kata Town have caved in, and authorities have sent machinery for emergency repairs and to assist with relief efforts. Dang. This is the first of only 3 magnitude 5 earthquakes experienced today. The second most powerful to strike was a 5.2 in Chile. We followed that up with a 5.0 in New Zealand. Speaking of which, this region has experienced 4 earthquakes in total today. Along with the magnitude 5, we have clocked in a 4.8 and a 4.5 in Masterton, and a 4.4 in Christchurch. Interesting. In total, we have registered only 8 magnitude 4 earthquakes. We have Indonesia with a 4.6, our comrades in Russia with a 4.4, Mexico with a 4.4 as well, and Guatemala with a 4.3. The only earthquake equal to or greater than a magnitude 4 to not fall along the Ring of Fire was a 4.3, which hit Afghanistan. The remaining earthquakes struck various locations here in the United States. We see that Hawaii has only 4 on the books, all of which struck the volcano. The strongest registered was a 3.4, and the average magnitude today was a 2.0. Alaska has experienced 52 thus far, the strongest being a 2.8. Washington has clocked in 12. The strongest to hit was only a 1.7. Oregon has been fairly active. 6 have been experienced. The most intense to strike was a 1.7 in Lakeview. California has been busy as well, with 97 experienced. The strongest to hit was a 2.9 in El Centro. The most active areas today come to us from the geysers, which registered 12 earthquakes, and Mammoth Lakes with a whopping 24. Nevada has clocked in 18 today. That's right on par with our daily average. The strongest experienced in the Sagebrush State was a 2.8 in Gerlach Empire. The USGS has yet to register an earthquake for Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and our favorite supervolcano. This falls right in line with the seismograph station data, care of the University of Utah. Utah, also known as the Beehive State, has experienced earthquakes today though, 3 in total, the strongest being a 1.4 in Fairview. Oklahoma has seen only 2 earthquakes today. This was a 2.7 in Medford and a 2.1 in Stillwater. Finally, the East Coast, along with the New Madrid seismic zone, has been quiet. No earthquakes to report at this time. The same applies to our friends in the Virgin Islands. The earthquake swarm we reported on Monday, May the 9th, has subsided. Today, only 7 earthquakes have been experienced, with the strongest being a 2.8 in Road Town. So there you have it, folks. Typically, we experience increased earthquake swarm activity during a planetary alignment, and we can usually count on registering less powerful earthquakes. This certainly has been the case over the past few days. Events seem to become more interesting when the alignment has ended. So, with that being the case, be prepared as much as possible, as things could become interesting over the next several days. And that is it for the Earthquake Report. If you experienced an earthquake today, or if you would simply like to chat, please post down below. I would like to hear from you. Make certain to like and subscribe, share if you feel inclined. Also, if you like the social media thing, you can link to us via the standard allotted social sites in the description. We'll end this report with a video feed from our favorite star. Have a great night, guys. Hoorah!